Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I've been thinking about what I could say about this incident, the incident that happened in Washington State with a 51-year-old off-duty security guard and a group of black teenagers. They were entering a sporting goods store to return an airsoft gun. And this 51-year-old off-duty Caucasian security guard believed they were up to no good. And he confronted them. And he ended up shooting one of them in the back at least five or six times. The video is just horrific. It actually shows, if you go down below to my links, you'll see the video. One of the teens is still there and is just crazy with grief, just screaming and crying and on his knees, and his friend is lying on the ground, and this guy is still hiding behind a column, post in front of the store, still pointing the weapon at these kids. It's come out now that this guy has lied. This security guard has lied about this. He said he believed he says that he believed they were up to no good, and he thought one of these kids was reaching into their waistband, which is pretty much what all guys like this say when they are confronting black teenagers. And the video shows otherwise. A surveillance video shows that the kids threw their airsoft guns on the ground and were trying to tell him that they were just returning the gun. And so why he still did this, I have no idea. And then there's another story coming out now that 2 years ago in 2022 he followed somebody else that he believed was armed. So this is an ongoing thing with this guy, and you see this more and more in the news now. And honestly, I blame conservatives and far right like Fox News and far right news like Newsmax for this whole the whole theory they push that America is just being taken over and white people are under siege and all this other stuff, and it terrifies idiots like this. I was just behind a truck yesterday, and here in Connecticut, a lot of you'll see there are always big trucks, big Trumper trucks, with a sticker on the back. It says CCDL, and usually there's an NRA sticker and another sticker with something similar on it. CCDL stands for Connecticut Citizens Defense League. So you can pretty much guarantee that somebody that has this sticker on the back of their truck is packing. And every time I see a truck like this, every single time, these are the exact guys that are doing stuff like this, that are carrying around these weapons, and they'll tell you, the reason they put these stickers on the back of their truck is because they're the good guy with the gun, and they're the ones that are acting out like this. When I see one of these stickers, I swear to God, every time I see a sticker like this on the back of the truck, I think the guy is a pussy. I do. I think this guy is putting the sticker on the truck to tell all the rest of us that he's got a gun. And not to mess with him, don't cut him off, don't flip him off, don't mess with him. He's trying. I swear to God, the impression, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think the impression, why do these people put these stickers on the back of their truck windows? It's to intimidate all the other drivers on the road, that they're packing. I'm going to say this. I never talked about this before. I grew up with guns. I've had guns my whole life. Like I said, my father was the park ranger and a game warden, and he collected firearms. And I grew up shooting since I was like 5 years old. So I'm a liberal. And I learned the guns, they stay in the house. My father never carried them outside the house, unless he was going hunting. I've always had access to firearms, let's just say. I've never talked about this. Back when I was using, these are people that I didn't hang out with. These were more extreme people that I would go to after hours clubs or gangs. Back when I was using, I've been clean and sober for 17 years and 8 months now. And there were people that I knew that would go to specific places and target those vehicles. In particular, they would go to beaches during the summertime. The reason they would go to beaches is because they would assume that the person going to the beach is not going to be carrying a firearm on them because they're wearing a swimsuit. You know, they're not going to pack it in there. They're probably not going to pack it inside their basket or their towel or in their swimsuit or whatever. They're probably not going to carry it onto the beach with them, and they're going to leave it in their glove compartment. Like I said, these are more extreme people that I never even hung out with, and they would target these vehicles in the parking lots to break into, to steal these things. So these, like I said, these were more or less gang members that I knew back when I was using. Something I'm not proud of, that I even hung out with these guys. I don't see any point. I don't see any good in putting these stickers on the back of vehicles. The NRA, the protected by Smith and Wesson, the CCDL, Connecticut Citizens Defense League. It's to intimidate other drivers. The impression I get of these guys is they're scared. They're pussies. They cannot go out in public without feeling safe by packing a firearm. You know, they have no confidence in themselves and their ability to de-escalate a situation, to talk, or actually just use their fists. That they're so terrified of the rest of the population that they have to actually carry a firearm. And not only that, but they have to tell everybody else that they're carrying a firearm just to intimidate everybody else. That's my impression of these guys. And I'm not your average liberal. Like I said, I grew up with guns, and that's what I think of these guys. The links to that story, I don't know what else to say about this story. You know, about this security guard. This stuff keeps happening over and over again. In Florida, you keep seeing these stories where two guys will get into an argument about a parking space, about a road rage or whatever, and they're both packing, and one of them ends up taking out the other one. You know, is that home protection? Is that, it's just pushing America more towards the brink of destruction, really, in my opinion. The links will be down below. I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Friday.